The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Here we go. Waiting. Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
I hope you got your left because I'm about to take you to school. Check 24. Check 24.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Steps away to his left. And he connects with Ertz. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, it should open up his running game too. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Used to have a coach who used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Going for it with Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there. But I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it. And offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. Buying time to his left. That's going to be caught. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Brandon, left my eyes to see a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
Partner, I think we can all agree that that was a pretty darn good opening drive right there. And the key to it all, going for it on 4th down earlier in the drive. Set a tone for it, and the best part, they made it pay off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
13, 13. That's a what? Hey, gun. Motion.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout.
Here we go.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 right at the 30.
I got this. 21. Here we go. Flag! Eleven. Blue draw Porter.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
11. Kill. 6-6. Bullet high. Check 9.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
One, Omaha. Check 50. Greystone, travel. Clock.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 28-yard line. And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 28.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. There's Garoppolo to throw, and that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
65. No.
Now Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. It was Jalen Mills getting a hand in there defensively. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
I'm coming after you. Let's go. Hey, Alpha. And we got Mike, number 50. Mike 53.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they stop him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
I got you. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. 65. Hey, Will. Check 53.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
21. Switch it. Kick. White. Watch twins.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, but it's going to be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick, rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Here we go. 6. 180. Watch QB drop. Watch it. I got this.
On first down, here's Breida. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's get off the field. 53's the mark. 53. Check.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Here we go.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Hey, alert! Check out, check. Shift, watch the shift.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. This is Breida. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Second and goal from the 1.
Undercrush. Check. Hey, gun. 11. Check 4. I got them. Let's go. Hey, we got 12, fellas. Here we go. Hey, gun. They can't hang with us. Check. 30.
They'll try to run this one in. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
You got it.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is third and goal.
Switch. 13. Check.
It's Coleman here. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And the 49er hands team does its job. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
21. Here we go. Watch the safety creep.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Safety's creeping.
And that'll set them back 5. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, an even 90 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now goal for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here we go.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here.
It's a part of that. Kill. Shift. Check the. Six. 13.
They run it with Breida. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. So he shifts past him. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Wentz. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Wentz now to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Wentz now on first down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. So he visits pay dirt for a second time. Unfortunately, they're still down on the big board.
And I wonder what's going through his mind right now. Playing hard, making big plays. That wasn't a small run by any stretch of the imagination either. To find the end zone for the second time, yet his team still down. They need more of that from him and a little help from the defensive guys.
Still just a 2-score game in the third quarter, but they're going to go onside kick here anyway. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the 49er hands team does its job. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel, but they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jackson to return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
82, 82. Bravo. Watch out.
Here's Wentz to throw. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot, and if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there, and sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Back. Hatch it. 65.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
11. 180. Here we go.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up and to great success.
Here we go. 180.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.